Hi, welcome back to Flipping Pages, Stirring Sauces. And if it is your first time here, welcome. I would like to express my gratitude for those of you who have liked, shared, commented, and subscribed. And tonight, I'm going to be talking directly to Nana Akufo-Addo. Now, last week, I referred to him as a leader without testicles. And now I know I didn't tell you where his testicles are, but they're in a jar, one on a shelf in the IMF and the other on a shelf at the UN. But anyway, my phone is making all sorts of noise. I guess it doesn't want me to present what I would like to present. But that man has proven to be the Jesebel, Judas of West Africa, and I don't have any malice or anything against the people of Ghana because they are victims. And I would like to ask the president, what did you do with the $11 billion that you borrowed? Did you eat it and poop it out? Because you certainly didn't build any infrastructure. You didn't build any schools, you didn't build any roads, no bridges, no hospitals. So what did you do with that money? What exactly will your legacy be? I really would like you to think about that and answer that question for me. And I've labeled you a Jezebel, Judas, and my phone is acting up, but there is something here that I would like to share. But first, I want to do copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, content, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. And I want to share this video with you to show you what this, I can't call him a gentleman. In America, they had a name for people like this man. You see, he wasn't out in the fields working with the other slaves in the fields. He would be castrated and put in the house as a house bleep. And they were the ones that ran to Massa and told Massa everything that the slaves that were working out in the fields were doing. So anyway, take a listen and a look. My phone has been misbehaving ever since I pulled this up before, so I'm hoping that it will work properly and that you will be able.
Russian mercenaries are in our northern to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana. We really like to have a privileged opportunity to talk about its implications.
My phone is acting up, I'm sorry.
It's important that we bring that matter to your notice. reliable partner in the pushback of those forces.
Now, I'm not sure how much of that you got or heard. I'm going to try to play it again from the beginning. I don't know, my phone was just deleting apps on its own. Ever since I listened to this the first time, it started deleting apps on its own. So I don't know what that is all about. And now it took me on to a mode that I can't seem to get off of that keeps cutting in and out. So let me turn that off and try again and see if it will work properly this time around. But it's very important that you hear this conversation and that you see who is in the room with this man.
Thank you very much. Today, Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana. And we really like to have a privileged opportunity to talk about its implications, to what extent we can have you as a partner in confronting these threats. And therefore it's important that we bring that matter to your notice and see to what extent we can engage you as a reliable partner in the pushback of those forces.
Well, I hope that you heard that and that see, now this nonsense, you can hear this nonsense clearly, but the important thing you couldn't hear. But anyway, a message for you, Mr. Addo Akufo. Whatever you and your cronies, Babylon, is planning for Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, I hope it turns around on you 10,000 folds, and not just on you, but on your children and your children's children. You see, you and your cronies needs to be vanquished back to the Caucasus Mountains, through that portal, back through that portal that you came through. And my brothers and sisters, please know that just because someone looks like us doesn't mean they are us. Whatever you have planned, whatever pitfalls you have planned for these leaders who are trying to lead their people out of slavery and oppression, I pray that it will be turned around on you. And the next time you open your mouth to speak against your brothers and your sisters, your countrymen, I ask the Creator that your tongue be made heavy and that you will be silenced permanently. I don't want the Creator to take the breath out of you. I just want Him to silence you permanently, because I would like you to live with that frustration of wanting to be a Judas against your brothers and sisters and be unable to express that. That is my wish for you. How many countries are in the continent of Africa? You couldn't turn to your brothers and sisters about your concern. You had to go to the enemy. And the enemy thinks that they're going to have a proxy war in Africa. But I have news for you. You and your cronies, the war will be taken to your doorsteps. So for all those cronies sitting down in Washington, oh, it's gonna be thousands of miles away. No, it's coming to your doorsteps. You see, we are not our parents. You're dealing with a different generation. You're dealing with a generation who is not afraid of you. You're dealing with a generation whose eyes have been open to your shenanigans, to your ruthlessness, to your underhanded behavior. You see, you've done everything to eliminate the melanated man from this planet. And every time you do something, it turns back on you. And we rise. You guys made something in a dish, in a lab, and exported it to Africa. And then you say it was from monkeys. The people in Africa and the monkeys have been living side by side for millennia. Nothing like that has ever happened. But you made this thing and exported it out of Babylon into Africa. And you thought it would stay there. But what happened? It killed millions of your own population. Those people who like to engage in alternative sexual behavior, it killed a lot in that community. And you made another one, and you thought it would be confined to Africa. And you had no cure for it. But as soon as it turned on you and started killing you, you guys found a cure right away. And then you came up with this other thing where you try to get the world to drink the Kool-Aid. And Melinda Gates, oh, I see dead bodies all over Africa. Sorry to disappoint you. And the thing is, that was made again to eliminate the melanated man. But you ended up eliminating your own people because they were so selfish and greedy and thought it was something good, when in fact it wasn't. Without us, there is no planet. Without us, there is no you. So you need to get used to the idea that we're not going anywhere. You see, this planet was created for us. We didn't come through a portal. You need to go back through your portal and leave us alone. And you need to take Akufo Addo with you, because he has your spirit. And as long as he has your spirit, he is not one of us. And him and his children and his children needs to be vanquished. And they need to leave this planet. Leave us in peace. You found us peacefully, living peacefully with the trees and the animals and the atmosphere. And you come along and you murder us. You chopped our heads off just to test your sword to see if it was sharp enough. And the first set of people who were put in those chambers in Germany looked like me. But nobody talks about that. The world doesn't know about that. But that is what Germany did. It experimented on people that looked like me and exterminated us. But you would have the world believe that It was just that other set of people. No, we were the first ones. And you need to look up what Europea means. See, this entire earth was populated with people that looks like me. If you go to India, you will find people that looks like me, relegated to the background. If you go to the Philippines, you'll find people that look like me, who were there originally. China, South America, and even Russia. My people, don't run from Babylon to Babylon. Babylon is not going to save you. You have to save yourself. Don't play with Babylon. The Creator say, make no treaties with them. And the only way you can defeat Babylon is to get Babylon out of your kitchen. Don't let them build any bases on your territory. If they want to come as guests, let them come as guests. But don't let them come to set up any permanent structures. France had us in slavery. And when I say us, I mean my brothers and sisters on the continent for many years. And the world stood by and watched, and not one of them said a thing or did a thing about it. Not one. Babylon is not your friend. But now that their livelihood is threatened, everybody's speaking up for Africa. I've not heard Africa talked about in all my years like I've heard it talked about in the past month. Now, why is that? Because the status quo has changed. And it's never going back to the way it was, because like I said, we are not our parents. You're dealing with a different generation, a generation that is educating their children and their grandchildren about who they are and the position they hold on this planet. We're not a minority. Don't let anyone tell you you're a minority. You cannot be a minority in your home. And this planet belongs to us. And it will be returned to us. And whatever Addo and his friends are cooking up, it's going to backfire. Mark my words. Now, I would like to say, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I give you my peace. I give you my ahab. A wall of protection around all of you who are struggling to get out from under the feet of the enemy. Until next time, Shalom.